Well, good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me? Can you wave if you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful. So I just wanted to wish you guys a wonderful, happy Friday morning. And it's so good to see all of you. I am DawnMarie M. I am coming from um, Goot Wellness in Tucker, Georgia. And it is so exciting to be on this call with you all. I just wanted to recognize and introduce a few people right now. Jonathan Jones is on the line. He's the research director of the Healthcare Support Association of America. And he's also a legacy too with Micro Daily. So I'm so happy to have him on supporting me at this time. And I would also like to recognize Bernard Dean, who is my mentor and he's hailing from Decatur, Georgia. He's a legacy too with Micro Daily, and he's been in doing this for way longer than I have, several years. I'm happy to see James Stanfield, who is on with me. He's such a big supporter and a champion to the cause. So I welcome you, Jimmy. And my husband Bernard is here. It's so wonderful to see you, darling. And I hope that you will enjoy the information that we're having. And I want to recognize Kimberly Klingsdale, who is a PC. She's a preferred customer with Microdaily and has been taking the products and has been seeing excellent, amazing results. So, as a result of her testimonial, this is the reason why you are all in the room today. And I just wanted to give special recognition also to Marka Peoples, who is an affiliate with Microdaily, and his boots on the ground have been working hard. She told me that she's been up all night trying to get everything together. So, Marka, thank you so much. And right now, I am going to just turn over to Jonathan to say a few words, and then I'm going to review a little bit of what I do and why I do what I do. Jonathan, just a minute.
Okay, all right, very good. Just a brief overview. You want?
Yes, just a brief overview.
Okay, yes. I'm Jonathan Jones, and thank you very much, Dawn Marie. Uh, Absolutely a pleasure to be involved in this presentation. Whatever I can do to help. I was connected with the company Engage Global for about 8 or 9 years now. And I've seen a lot of things over the years. And through my efforts, the work that I've been doing with our association, it's a 501(c)(3), and all the research I've done, I, we've just been looking for something that was going to be very simple, something very powerful. We want to meet people where they are. We're not trying to stop anyone from doing whatever they're doing. If you like conventional, we got you. If you don't like conventional, you want alternatives, we got you. If you're confused and don't know what to do, you want a hybrid, you want an amalgam, you want anything, whatever it is, we'll support you and help you in your wellness journey. So that's what our objective is, and we've got some amazing information that we can pass on to you today that we're excited to share with you if time and circumstance will allow. So, Dawn Marie, whatever you'd like to do, you just let me know.
Okay, wonderful. So I just wanted to do a little deep dive into who I am. I'm a registered nurse and an integrative wellness practitioner here in Tucker, Georgia. I have been a nurse for 43 years and just really got tired of the sick care model in America and just wanted to a different solution to, all the pills that the doctors were piling on. So a couple of years back, I was actually diagnosed with full-blown diabetes, and I was leaving the doctor's office with like 5 prescriptions, including insulin. And I literally informed the doctor that I am not taking that, and just really did a deep dive and some research and found out that if you give the body what it needs, it heals itself. And I worked with a functional medicine practitioner in California, who informed me, just really gave me the tools that I needed to reverse my diabetes. So it started with cleaning out my pantry and my refrigerator, removing all of the processed foods. And something that I actually was eye-opening for me was, and I'm going to invite you to do, is you need to clean out all of the expired spices in your cabinet. It can actually worsen your condition or whatever it is that you're doing. So also excited to say that apart from those behaviors that I changed, I came across this amazing company at the beginning of the year that has actually just totally normalized and even made my health better. I have a brick and mortar practice in Tucker, Georgia, where I have advanced technology that scans the body for root cause. And out of that report, invariably 98% of the time, it's pointing to the core four, and we're going to address the core four at the end of this presentation. So again, sit back, get comfortable in your seats. Jonathan is going to play a slide and share some testimonials, and then we'll move forward with our presentation. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Okay, very good. So the 5G?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, yeah, this is, you'll find this to be quite interesting, and we'll let it speak for itself, but it gives you a nice overview as to why we do what we do and what's so important about taking action and some sort of action with regard to your health and well-being. And I got to make sure I share the sound.
Our world has changed. Old answers to new problems are no longer good enough. Having a strong and healthy immune system is more important now than ever before. Invisible threats to our immune system are all around us. Some of these threats are natural, but many are not. Technology and advancement do not come without a price. Modern technology has provided answers to problems, but in many cases, it has become the problem. One new technology that will impact all of us is 5G. It's a powerful new technology with many benefits, but along with these benefits, there may also be great risks to our health. How much risk to our health does 5G represent? Big business says none at all. But many experts are raising an alarm to the fact that 5G is a big experiment in human health, and we are the guinea pigs. They told us tobacco was safe, and not to worry about radiation from their nuclear bomb testing. The truth is, their interests do not align with ours. Important scientific evidence indicates that 5G EMF radiation could be very harmful to our health. Here are a few facts that big business will not tell you. Did you know that 5G emits EMF radiation that can be 700 times more powerful than early cell phone networks? More than 500 studies have found that exposure to EMF radiation is harmful to our health. And these studies were done before 5G existed. The International EMF Scientist Appeal, which calls for stronger exposure limits to EMF radiation, was signed by over 240 leading scientists in the field. The World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer classified EMF radiation as possibly cancerous to humans back in 2011. Other studies have shown that 5G radiation can damage our DNA, compromise our immune systems, cause fatigue, inflammation, headaches, brain fog, sleep abnormalities, depression, and many other health issues. The reality of this new world we live in is that it will be virtually impossible to avoid daily exposure to 5G EMF radiation. 5G is here to stay, and it could chip away at our immune systems and our health if we are not prepared. In 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Japan, demonstrating the horrors of radiation damage. The world was changed forever. But from the ashes grew a consciousness that touched a young boy in India named Kedar Prasad.
Born in 1935, and in a way in a small village under British occupation, because at that time British was ruling India. When I was in India, at that time there was a Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing, and a lot of people got killed. So I thought that I should develop some product which can save people from radiation damage. So I decided to study radiation biology and came to the United States, University of Iowa, Iowa City, to study that. And that was the only program in the whole world on radiation program and in PhD, and I finished in 3 years.
Dr. Prasad went on to become the world's first radiation biologist and one of the world's most published professors and researchers on nutrition and human health. The determination and volume of work from this remarkable man set the stage for what was to come next. In 2001, Marine Corps Systems Command approached Dr. Prasad with a problem. Active troops were 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease. Working with the Department of Defense, NASA, and a team of independent scientists and researchers, Dr. Prasad led the charge to create a powerful supplement to protect the soldiers from the inside out. After 6 years of intense effort, with congressional funding and over $24 million invested, and after 14 clinical trials, a powerful new supplement called Military Micronutrient Formulation, or MMF, was ready for the world.
So this is a powerful product that we have developed, which not only improves the health of the people, but also protect against the radiation damage, UV damage, and also environmental stressor that we already face. So this is a powerful product that we developed, and it took a long time to develop.
As the world's first radiation biology PhD recipient, who holds the only known patent for micronutrient protection from radiation, Dr. Prasad is uniquely qualified to develop an answer to the threat of 5G EMF radiation. It is his life work. Dr. Prasad has taken his original MMF formulation and enhanced it with 4 new ingredients to combat the effects of radiation. He also added methylated folic acid and vitamin B12 to enhance absorption and effectiveness. This new product is a patent-pending supplement called MicroDaily EMF Radiation Defense. It has all of the powerful benefits of the original U.S. military formulation that promotes our body's optimal immune system and anti-inflammation response. But in addition, it includes the added strength to defend and protect your body against the new threats of 5G EMF radiation. Our health is by far the biggest determining factor to our overall state of well-being. More than wealth, more than job satisfaction, our health is key to living a full life. Built upon the foundation of Dr. Prasad's scientific authority and his impeccable character, with years and volumes of research and clinical testing, this unique product is the answer to the dangers of the new world. The world has indeed changed. 5G is the new reality. A compromised immune system has greater risk to our health than ever before. Each of us has a decision to make. do nothing. Or we can face the dangers of this new world with a stronger immune system and protection from the inside out with micro-daily EMF. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Now, that presentation, that video, in my personal opinion, is one of the most powerful things that the company Engage Global has ever produced. Just going to share with you a couple of testimonials that may help you to appreciate further the power of this. You just heard the disclaimer. We read the disclaimer there, or it was presented there at the end of the video, that those statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. The same is true with what we're saying right now. Even when we share with you anecdotal testimonials, a lot of folks, we need to just make it clear that our comments have not been evaluated by the FDA either. And what I'm sharing with you has not been evaluated by them. But I'm also making it clear too that, at least I want to try to make it clear, that we're not making any medical claims with this. We're not trying to say that microdaily or anything else that we say is going to treat or cure any disease. However, the information is for educational and informational purposes only, and we do still strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. Testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. However, just because we can't say it doesn't mean it doesn't do it. So you have to draw the conclusion for yourself. I can tell you that the pictures I'm about to show you, these are not AI generated. The testimonials I'm about to share with you, I can attest that they have been verified, and we are going to be doing our best to get them published as observational studies. Dr. Prasad has requested that we gather up all the information and get the medical doctors that were involved to sign on to the observational study. I can also say to you that in some of the cases, the doctors are not willing to sign off on an observational study, because what it does now is it brings attention to them making an admission on the record that they observed that a nutritional supplement had an impact on their patients' lives. So many of them do not want to come out and say that. I hope that makes sense. So we've really been having a challenge with getting that done. So, but I'm going to go ahead and just share with you a couple of these testimonials, and then pass the discussion back on to DawnMarie from there. I'm going to just relate them to you, but you'll see the slides. If you do not want to see an open wound, do not look at this next image I'm about to share with you, but you need to know about it. This gentleman on the left side of the picture, you can see has a big hole in his face. And that's not just a big hole, that's untreated basal cell carcinoma. I forget where he lived, I think in Virginia. But he had not gone and sought medical treatment until it reached this point. This was August of 2023. On the right, the picture was taken by one of my colleagues personally, November 2023. His name is Rick. And he received 33 rounds of radiation, I think it was, 33 rounds of radiation treatment. He was told that he was likely going to lose his eye. And as you know, radiation is very, very harmful. Many people lose their hair and all kinds of other issues that they deal with once they've been exposed to that much radiation. Not only did he not lose one follicle, he didn't lose his eye either. And you can barely tell where the problem was. What was the difference? Why was he able to go through that horrifically difficult, toxic treatment and have no side effects? Well, in August of 2023, he was introduced to Dr. Prasad's formulations. He took therapeutic doses of Dr. Prasad's formula, the microdaily EMF that you just heard about, while he was receiving the radiation. I don't think he got chemo. While he was receiving radiation, and the picture on the right is the result. Another observation case, this woman is in Ecuador. She lives in Ecuador. It's a female. This is about a year and a half ago, April 2024. This is the official medical document you're looking at. It's in Spanish. We didn't even bother to translate it, but the arrow's pointing to her diagnosis, melanoma acral. I'm not sure what the acral means, but I don't speak Spanish that well. I know like 2 words in Spanish. So, but anyway, I asked Dr. Prasad on one of our presentations, melanoma in English, Spanish, or whatever language, is it the same? He says, yeah, that's cancer, and it's one of the worst ones. The next picture is going to show an open wound. So look away if you don't want to see it. It manifests on her foot like this. I asked Dr. Prasad, again, live during a live stream presentation, what did he see? He said, well, there's necrosis there. So the flesh is beginning to rot. And from his angle, he saw cancer, and the doctor had diagnosed it as cancer. The individual who was involved in this said that the family related that they were talking about amputating her foot so as to not allow it to get to the lymph nodes. Otherwise, it would spread throughout the body. Later, after this entire issue resolved, we found out that the doctors had not revealed the entire story, or the family didn't remember it. She did have cancer in other parts of her body, and the doctors were surprised at the results they found sometime later. But look at the date. Take note of the date. April the 18th, Thursday, 2 p.m. That's when they received the products. Would it surprise you to see any results just a few days later? It would surprise me even. But there was. The date, April the 22nd, the same year, 2024. April the 2nd, the same year, just 4 days later. She's saying that she has no more pain. She's saying that she has more energy. And visibly, this picture was taken by the family because they were likewise shocked at what they were seeing. The irritation has reduced, the swelling is down, and Dr. Prasad said he sees evidence of healing because the necrosis has stopped. The wound is beginning to dry up, which is an indication of healing. He says if a scab is beginning to form, that means the immune system has gotten busy and gone to work. And if the patient is saying that they're experiencing no pain, that's also an indication of healing. No side effects, because at this point, she's not on any medication at all. She's receiving no conventional medication at all. Just a few days later, another picture is taken. Just again, note the date, April the 28th, same year. It's pretty much healed. All you see now is a little bit of scab. That's the kind of thing you'd see just because you have dry skin on the bottom of your foot. She's back in her regular volunteer activity, going up and down hills and mountains in Ecuador, behaving completely normally. Here's the before and the after. This is on May the 1st. This picture is taken. You can almost see nothing. A few black spots here and there that, that could just pass as age spots or just subcutaneous blood. There's the before and there's the after. The date was April the 18th when this whole thing began. That was the first day that they received Dr. Prasad's formulations. May the 1st, that's the picture that was taken, showing the results. So again, we're trying to get the doctors to sign off on what happened. It's been a bit of a challenge to be able to do that. And please keep in mind, again, as we said, testimony is purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. This was an entirely different case right here. Briefly, I'm going to summarize it. This woman had 8 rounds of chemo, 33 rounds of radiation. while she was taking Dr. Prasad's formulas. And we have her audio recording. I'm not going to play it right now just for the sake of time, where she says in her own words that she had no side effects from the chemo or the radiation and no pain. And even while she was taking the tamoxifen, that is the drug to prevent it from coming back during the 5 years, she said normally the side effects are horrific, and that's what the doctors say. She had no side effects from the tamoxifen. So she was on a therapeutic dose of Dr. Prasad's formulas. She reduced down to a maintenance dose while she was taking the tamoxifen, and she's still doing fine. She lives in Albany, Georgia. Just did a presentation over there sometime last year, and we are slated to go back over there to give presentations to even more folks. So essentially, that's what it is. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, what accounts for this? Why does this happen? Are we trying to make a claim here that Dr. Prasad's formulas will treat or cure a disease? Is that what we're trying to imply? No, not at all. Because again, by law, we cannot say that. We can't even give you the impression that that is the case. So we're not saying that. But I'm going to just show you Dr. Prasad's summary, just a brief little summary of what he says makes all the difference in the world for people in this situation, and why his science works, why his formula works. Can't seem to find the right screen here to share, so give me 1 second.
Jonathan?
Yes.
Can you hold that thought?
Okay.
And I just wanted to, at this time, reiterate what is really happening in America. So you saw those powerful testimonials, and I just wanted to bring to your mind what is happening and why metabolic health matters. 93% of Americans have metabolic dysfunction, which means that they're suffering with some kind of disease or another. 60% of Americans have chronic conditions, and those could include diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, heart failure, osteoarthritis, just to name a few. So those are chronic conditions. And we want to point out that we have 100% wellness potential. When we give the body what it needs, it heals itself. And I just wanted to share with you what changed in the last 30 years in terms of increase in disease and disorder. ADHD is up 819%, and this is in 30 years. Alzheimer's disease, 299%. And I told you that I graduated from nursing school 43 years ago. And when we studied Alzheimer's, it was 2 sentences in the book. It was really not even a disease that, they had given much credence to, because it was rare, very rare. Autism, listen to this, 2,092% increase in 30 years. Bipolar disease up 10,000%. And when I say 10,000, I'm not talking about 100 or 10. It's 10,000%. Depression is up 280%. Diabetes, 305%. Lupus, 787%. Osteoarthritis, 449%. And many people will ask, well, I think I'm taking good care of myself, but why am I sick? So why you're sick is disease starts in the cells. And just like Jonathan is saying, we're not diagnosing or treating anything. What we do in our field is we are treating the cells. So disease starts in the cells, and the cells make up tissues, and the tissues make up organs, and the organs make up organ systems, and the organ systems make up an organism. So when you have a disease, we're not putting a Band-Aid on something. we are literally getting to treating your cells. And so if you treat the cells, you reverse disease. I wanted to also highlight the power of sugar in our diet and how it impacts all of our organs. And Dr. Prasad, we just saw some testimonials on cancer, and Dr. Prasad's research shows that if you remove glucose and glutamate, you can actually reverse cancer with the micronutrients that we are giving to your cells. So sugar affects your brain. That can cause Alzheimer's. It can cause brain attacks, which is anything from aneurysms. In your mouth, sugar can rot your teeth. And one of the things I thought about recently is if somebody's burnt up in a fire, do you know how they identify that person? They identify that person from dental records. So not even the fire is burning teeth, but sugar is so powerful that it can actually rot your teeth. So in your skin, it shows up as eczema and psoriasis and all kinds of skin conditions. In your heart, it shows up as heart disease, coronary artery disease, congestive heart failure, valve problems, arrhythmia problems. In your liver, it shows up as hepatitis. We also have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and research is now showing that children as young as 7 years old are experiencing fatty liver disease. And in terms of your stomach, then you have all of this gut dysbiosis. There is GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease. There's all this belly ache and bloating and all of that, all as a result of sugar. In your reproductive organs, in men, it shows up as erectile dysfunction. And in women, it shows up as PCOS, where people have difficulty actually getting pregnant. So in your joints, it shows up as osteoarthritis. So I just wanted to just mention that the power of sugar, eating sugar. So we need to be mindful of the sugars that we're taking in our body. Also, I wanted to mention as part of my practice, I'm also a water analyst, and I teach people that drinking good water is essential to good health. And if you're dehydrated, it means that you can experience headaches and muscle cramps and constipation, eczema and back pain, chronic fatigue syndrome, and that was on the list, kidney stones and kidney issues, and also memory loss. So one of the things I say, and kind of casually, is if you feel sick, you might just want to drink a couple glasses of water because you could be dehydrated. Yeah, so we talked about water, and so with all of the things that we have just discussed, we recognize that metabolic syndrome, metabolic dysfunction in America is a serious issue. And many of us are so fooled by the pharmaceutical industry, by the medical industry, by, supermarkets and all of that. When if we give the body what it needs, if we have the right behaviors, movement, rest, good nutrition, which is whole foods. We have gotten into the habit of eating so much processed foods that it's just really beyond description right now. And this is why our children are sick. This is why we are sick. We are experiencing disease at an earlier and earlier age every single year. I'm seeing clients in my practice as young as 30 years old experiencing many of these chronic diseases that years ago you would see like in an 80 or 90-year-old. So we have a solution to that, and I'm going to turn over again to Jonathan.
All right, thank you. The solution is actually very simple. is actually very, very, very simple. When Dr. Prasad says that, he summarizes it this way: cancer requires two things, glucose and glutamine. Deprive the cancer cells of these two things and they cannot advance. He puts it a different way. He says it kills them. Now, I can't say that. I'm not allowed to make a statement that that you're killing cancer or anything like that. So that's why I don't say that. But on the screen, you can see the statement here. Block the glucose and glutamine uptake, and that's what his formula does. His formula blocks the cancer cells from uptaking glucose and glutamine. And you just draw the conclusion. What are the consequences of that? The consequences are very, very simple. They simply die. And everything that DawnMarie just said, in addition to this consequence, also supports eliminating free radicals, helping the body with metabolic syndrome. One of the first patents that Dr. Prasad formally received back when it was a military micronutrient formulation formulated for the military. One of the first patents it was given was micronutrient formulation for treatment of diabetes mellitus. Now, when I saw those words personally, it blew my mind because my why was the fact that diabetes killed my mother. My background was computer electronics and engineering. So the last thing I was interested in was nutrients and cells and eating, pine cones. That's not what I was interested in. But when I saw that the medical community said to me, the intensive care nurse said, when I asked her what was she doing for my mom, she said, well, we're monitoring her very closely. I said, well, I'm doing that. I can see her just like you're seeing her. But I get that. But what are you doing to change her outcome? The woman said, we're praying that her immune system will kick in. And I'm a firm believer in the power of prayer, but I fully expected that they were doing something else, something more substantive, something more here and now that the hospital was being paid to do. They had nothing. My mother died that day. So I realized at that point that there's some information that's got to be missing here, because I do not believe that there's no such thing as an immune system kicker inner. And I was determined from that point on never to be in that situation again. This gentleman right here is a big part of the answer to that question. So everything DawnMarie said, his formula just so happens to catch it. So when I saw that the United States had issued a patent for the original formula for treatment, not method of use patent, the word treatment for diabetes in the title of the patent. And we can share that information with you if you're interested in taking a look at it. But he goes on to talk about the importance of how his formula reduces oxidative stress, as you can see in his comments here, and how probiotics will be beneficial in balancing in favor of beneficial bacteria in the gut. So those are Dr. Prasad's direct statements. This is his flagship product, the most powerful formula that the company has, MicroDaily EMF. The formulation itself, you look at the ingredients, it doesn't look like it's anything more than a glorified multivitamin, but don't let that kid you. Do not let that list fool you. There's a specific way that his formulation has put together, just like, you take Shakespeare. Every single word in Shakespeare can be found in the dictionary, but not anyway, you get the idea. It's put together in such a way that it made that classic. It's totally, totally different. That's how Dr. Prasad has done. What he's done here with this formula is truly, truly unique. This is the probiotic boost that he recommends. I was trained, DawnMarie, you can correct this or not, but I was always trained that you needed somewhere around 50 billion international units of probiotics on a regular basis to give yourself a fighting chance with balancing out your microbiome. But Dr. Prasad has selected specific bacteria that all you need is this small amount, because this will survive the acidic environment and the heat in the body and help move the needle back toward intestinal balanced microbiome. His omega-3 formula has lower amounts of the omega-6, high amounts of the omega-3 and DHA that the brain needs. The man was absolutely brilliant. This particular formula is absolutely the best one, superior to all the others on the market. His collagen peptide is no longer patent pending, it's patented. How do you get a patent on a collagen peptide? Because he was brilliant enough to know that around the age of 25, our body makes an enzyme that depletes and degrades collagen in our body. He put enzyme inhibitors in his collagen peptide formula. So you keep what you make. The other collagens on the market, you're losing it almost as fast as you make it. Not with Dr. Prasad's formula. You keep what you make. You literally slow down the aging process. Your joints feel better. Your body feels better. Your brain feels better. You're blocking beta amyloids that lead to Alzheimer's in the brain. It's win-win all the way around with his formulas. This is the Core 4. We recommend that you get a subscription. That's the most economical way to get it. Additional products that Dr. Prasad has formulated, I'm just going to flash through those real quick. I'm sure you're going to have questions about this. We'll send you the brochure, the catalog on everything that Dr. Prasad has formulated. If you were to buy the ingredients separately, it would be close to $1,000. If you bought this bundle at the retail price, it's it's higher than this now. I think it's about $315 since the tariffs and all kicked in. And then the actual cost again is about $210, I think, for this. So it's gone up just a little bit, but it's still much more reasonable than $1,000 and trying to figure out how much of which ones to take, any more than writing a novel just using the dictionary. How long will it take you to take the dictionary to write a novel? You got to have some training for that. Well, Dr. Prasad's got that training as far as what ingredients go where and how much specifically will reverse metabolic syndrome. At a very minimum, we recommend the basic bundle. We asked Dr. Prasad, if a person can only get by, what's the very least? He said, well, the basic bundle. This is it. If that's all a person can do, it takes them longer to see the needle move, but they would see results with this. So that's the way it goes. So that pretty much covers it there, DawnMarie. And I think we can, if you would like, maybe address a few questions or however you'd like to proceed from here. But that pretty much gives as much of the information I think it would help.
Sure. So I would just like to reiterate the products again. Jonathan started off with that powerful video on 5G. So I don't know if you have recognized that the microdaily EMF has validated radiation studies and have included curcumin, resveratrol, decaf, green tea into this extract to protect us from 5G radiation. There is no other product on the market like it.
It's patented.
Yes.
Yeah, very unique.
And collagen is all over TikTok and Instagram, and they're marketing collagen just for skin. And it's like a beauty product. But Dr. Prasad, with the Michelangelo of micronutrients, has formulated his collagen to protect our brain, our heart, our organs, our muscles, and joints. So I just wanted to, point out those two things to you. Those are some of my favorite products that I use. And then many omegas on the market are just made to protect your heart, but this omega is made to protect all of your organs. And, just as a reminder that disease starts with two things: oxidative stress and inflammation, and this omega will take care of that. So with that, we're going to open up the floor. If you guys have questions, we're here to answer. In the chat, let's see.
Sometimes, DawnMarie, a question that often comes up has to do with detox reaction. Can you touch on detox?
Sure.
Thinking.
So I don't know, I just love this guy, Dr. Prasad, because one of the things he talks about when he's teaching us or informing us about all of his products and why he does what he does, he talks about gut dysbiosis. So gut dysbiosis is your gut has a normal amount of flora, which means that there's necessary bacteria that is needed to digest your food. But when there's an overgrowth of bacteria and parasites, then that's when we have disease developing, because it doesn't matter how healthy you eat. It doesn't matter how wonderful these micronutrients are. If your gut is not cleaned out, you will have disease. So one of the first things I actually address in my practice is gut dysbiosis. So I recommend strongly, actually the technology that I have will actually point to parasites in the gut. I've even had clients who've been diagnosed with diabetes for years and years. The technology will say their pancreas is working fine, their sugar levels are great, and what it points to is dysbiosis in the gut. And that starts like from the stomach onwards. So what I do in my practice is I recommend strongly parasite cleanse. And then we start with Dr. Prasad's Core 4. And simultaneously, actually, if you're on a parasite cleanse, you need to be on a micronutrient formulation or a high-dose vitamin C to replenish your gut from the cleansing of the parasites.
There we go. There we go. And you can expect, but potentially you can expect that as your body starts to get rid of all of this, you may feel some discomfort like renovating a house. So just drink more water, as DawnMarie said earlier, drink plenty of water.
Yes.
And then that will help to ameliorate it. So if you're getting a headache or something like that, drink more water. That's detoxing.
We have some questions. Yes.
I'm sorry. I know you guys are doctors, and I have a question about seaweed, because a lot of people that I've come to find out that seaweed has been a thing now that's helping people with different things in their body. The seaweed holds this type of thing. So I'm just asking you guys, what you guys know about that?
So I'm going to respond to that. And I'm also a proponent of seaweed. Seaweed is a natural element that comes from the sea. It actually has over 92 minerals. So seaweed is always good. And
what do you do with it? Could you teach me more about it? Because
the seaweed in its raw form cannot be eaten, so it's boiled, and you can flavor it with, fruit or vegetables or ashwagandha or turmeric or whatever it is. And some people take it every day. It's excellent, as I said, as a mineral replacement. And it also is excellent as an it's a strong antioxidant. So it assists with inflammation and can also help with disease in the body.
You're muted right now. Hang on one second.
Oh, Sherry? Who's trying to speak?
The same woman I think she has a follow-up question.
Marka? Let's see.
Yeah, from Sherry.
Okay, I'm using Sherry's computer. Okay. So Sherry's not here. Okay. Marka's here. And these are some of the people.
She might be online, Marka. Sherry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it is.
Okay. She might be online.
So Sherry is online. I think she is.
So we missed
There's some people that are online with us.
No, we just missed her follow-up comment right there in the same room where you are.
Oh, I was asking, where would I get seaweed from? Because I know I can get it from people I've known, like people that sell it or whatever. I don't know them personally. But I want to know if I can go to my doctor or where people can get, like, or not, no, doctors don't do it, but like you just go through, who do you, like, I just gotta find somebody?
So I mentioned to you guys that I do water. So I actually have a seaweed guy that comes to me for my water. He purchases about 100 gallons of alkaline water monthly. So I can link his information to Marka and get it to you. But just like you're talking about seaweed, I also wanted to mention that to really reverse chronic conditions and to maintain your health, you need to eat natural God's food. I call it God's food. Anything that's plant-based, anything that's rich in color, That's what we need to be buying and eating. So seaweed is just one of them. We need to be eating, kale and spinach and carrots and beets and all of those things. So, and I say to my clients, micronutrients is food, and we need it in America because the way things are grown in America, food is grown in America, foods are already micronutrient deficient. So you need these vitamins as a strong supplementation to the food that you're taking in. Start looking at your pantry, looking at what you're feeding your children, making sure that you're giving them natural foods, fruits, vegetables. I was checking out the other day, kiwi at the store, and the cashier asked me, "What is that?" No kidding. What is that fruit? So we don't even know the fruit that we're growing and have access to in America. So go to the market once a week, purchase loads and loads of fresh fruit and vegetables. Cook them, eat them. You can eat them raw or mildly steamed or broiled or whatever. You need to consume as much fruit and vegetables as you can.
I have a question too.
Yes.
So I run track, and I'm transitioning to like professional. What do you recommend? Because I don't be eating all the fast food. I try to meal prep all the time, just trying to put like the right vitamins and minerals in my body, like daily. So what do you recommend?
So the answer to that is the core four.
Okay.
The core four that we mentioned just now. So the micronutrient formulation, omega, probiotics, and what's the third one? Collagen.
Omega,
and the collagen.
collagen
So I actually have a couple of my clients are athletes, and they just keep coming back. They're saying that this is just a wonderful product, and it's one of them did. She's on the varsity team, so she played all summer long, and she kept coming in for her supply. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very good.
This is Kimberly's daughter, Dawn.
Yeah, one hey.
Hi.
And make sure that you're drinking good water.
Yes, she's training for, she's going to be training for the Olympics.
My recommendation too is to stay away from Gatorade and things like that. Because when we test Gatorade or even Pedialyte, it's an acidic product. And so what it does, it actually puts pressure on your organs. It might give you a little hydration, but then it's also destroying your organs. And if you're an astute athlete, you will see that it actually has been in the news with professional basketball players where, they have kidney issues or some of them are dropping dead or whatever. So stay away. Actually, what you need to do is to get Micro Daily EMF powder so you can add it to your water. As an yes.
And you said Pedialyte is bad because I don't be drinking
It is
Gatorade,
bad.
but
It's an acidic product.
You're swapping that out with Pedialyte.
Yes, stay away from that stuff.
Okay.
If you're on the core four, you're going to find that your recovery time will be shorter as your endurance will get better. It's amazing.
Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Good
so
question.
stock up on that.
She's training for the Olympics.
EMF.
She's training for the Olympics. This is Kim's
wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So you need to get the team introduced to this stuff.
Yeah.
I will. Better. Yes.
Thank you.
That's about water.
That's beautiful.
I had a question about water.
You got a question?
Yes.
She got a question, right?
Okay. I had a question about the water. You said water is all, you could just drink any water or alkaline water. What is the best water to drink?
Well, I'm a proponent of alkaline water, 8.5 to 9.5. Or if you can get a good spring water, that's good as well.
Okay. Water.
In glass bottles.
Yeah.
Okay, question from Wilma Garland.
From who?
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Wilma.
Hi, everybody. I have two questions. One, is seaweed the same as sea moss?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and so we can take sea moss along with the core four?
Yes.
Okay, and my other question is, I heard you mention about omega-3 help with inflammation. Yes. If there's a lot of inflammation in the body, can you take more than the recommended dose of the omega-3 for the inflammation?
Yes, let me comment on that one. My kinesiologist, when I was having acute pain in my back, I've got a couple herniated discs and a couple bulging discs. When I was having pain, I said nothing to her about anything. She simply said, "You need more omega-3." When she tested me, she said, "Your body's screaming for it." She had me taking one every hour for 9 hours out of the day for 3 days straight. In the first 15 minutes, the pain went from like 9 down to 2. So, and when I stopped and tapered down too quickly after the third day, the pain started creeping back up. So now I take a lot more than the recommended amount on the bottle. I take at least 2 of them 3 or 4 times a day. And so all my inflammation in my back, and this is while I'm on the double doses of the micro daily and all the other things. You cannot overdose on it. So it's just the food that's missing from our food.
Okay, thank you. So that was one every 9 hours for a week. You said you did that?
I did it for 3 days, and then I
3
tapered
days.
down. And now I do two every 3 or 4 times a day, and it's helped me a lot.
Okay,
So
great.
Wilma, in addition to that, I just wanted to jump in here. I had a client that had a motor vehicle accident recently, and I asked her to double the dose of the omega and also increase to the proprietary blend of the micronutrients. So I had her taking 333, and in 2 days, her pain was gone. And the doctor had loaded her up with anti-inflammatories, and I said, don't take that. Just, just double up on your micronutrients.
There you go.
Really
All right.
yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Ronnie, you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. What a nice presentation this was. DawnMarie, I really appreciated the fact you were talking about how we're made up of all these different cells all put together and how important it is. And so with that in mind, I just started the micro daily not too long ago. And Jonathan was talking about, detox and that sort of thing. So I was kind of afraid if I started at the dose they said, what my body would do getting that much. So I just started off to say how potent these nutrients are and how much my body needed them. I started off with 1 EMF in the morning and 1 in the evening. The next day I did 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and the regular dose is 3, right? By day 4, I had some kind of growth and it just fell right off. Wow. And that had been there for almost a year, and I had tried a lot of different things, and there it was. I don't know, was it a wart, a pimple? I don't know what it was, but it just fell off. Wow. And that just astonished me because I'm thinking, okay, if that came off on the outside of my body, what's going on the inside?
Inside, right?
How many little things has my body found and said, oh, good, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Let's strengthen up this. And so, yeah, just really interesting the power of putting nutrients in your body, natural nutrients that your body needs. And so I really appreciated that on a cellular level. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. And, thank you so much for that powerful testimony, Ronnie. And it's not just physical ailments. Micro Daily is also essential. It helps with mental health issues because, again, once you give the body what it needs, it balances the brain. It reduces your anxiety or sometimes totally gets rid of it. I think, Jonathan, in our community, there was a lady with agoraphobia. She had not left her home for, is it 2 years? And after a couple months
many years, that's correct.
Many years. And after a couple months on the core 4, she was actually able to get out and eventually went back to work.
She went driving and living her life again. Yep.
Again, guys, I want you to say, don't be selfish with these micronutrients. You need to also share them with your children. And Micro Daily actually has a formulation just for children. So I just wanted to also, put that plug in there for that. And to really give your kids fresh foods and vegetables. It will really help them in school. It will help them to manage their stress well. Whatever is thrown at them, they can handle it because they have the micronutrients that they need for healthy mind and body. Any more questions? We're right at the top of the hour. But this, I think, has been an amazing discussion. And I would say you all have a decision to make. You know, the scripture says in 3 John 2 that the Lord wish above anything else that we be in good health as our soul prospers. So if you're sick and moping around and hobbling and in the hospital all the time, you know, there's no way you can live a vibrant life and be of any effect to anyone. And I would also ask you, whoever invited you on this call, and if you would like to go ahead and start purchasing some of these amazing micronutrients, please get back with the person who invited you. And again, we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. Will there be a recording available of this Zoom?
Yes, yes, it is currently right now being live streamed. You can access the recording right now for anyone who would like to on my YouTube channel. DawnMarie will have it also, but it's youtube.com/Jonathan Jones. youtube.com/Jonathan Jones, and go to the live section and you'll see the most recent recording there.
Okay, thank you.
Margaret, you had a question? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I just looked in the chat and I saw this Zoom and I just clicked log on. I am an associate from 2017, and the first day I take this product, the regular Micro Daily, I was blown away. I had neuropathy. The next day after I take it today, tomorrow, I had no neuropathy, never come back in my feet. And then I was sick in 2019 and I had an infection and was in the hospital. Couldn't take my Micro Daily tablets, but we had the one in the package, not the EMF, but the regular package one, Hydro. And the nurses didn't want me to take it. So Jonathan and my husband, they said, well, they can't stop me from drinking water. So they packed me up with about 3 packs a day, morning, afternoon, to boost my immune system because I had a very bad infection that they had to do surgery on. Anyhow, I survived that and I never stopped taking my Micro Daily. When the 4-core was introduced, we switched to that, both my husband and I. And after that, last year I was diagnosed with cancer, rectal cancer. And I got from Jonathan, Dr. Prasad, doses, what to take, and I take it. And I just went and did my 1-year checkup with all my scans. This afternoon, I go and get the results, but the scans, they call me and tell me everything was fine. So I'm waiting now to go to the doctor to see if there's going to be anything else. But I didn't take the radiation. I didn't take the what's chemo. So I choose to go the micronutrients way. And I could never regret. I have no regrets because I know it sustained my body up to now, to the point where I can take care of my mom now. Had I taken the other alternatives, I don't think I would have the energy. Wonderful. So I am very grateful to Micro Daily. I always thank Jonathan and everybody. This product is the bomb.
Wonderful. Yes.
Absolutely.
Love
beautiful.
to hear that.
Beautiful.
Jonathan? Is that your hand up, Jonathan?
Oh, no. I was just, that's me applauding. So.
Yay.
Yep, that's beautiful. Margaret, she's one of our favorites. She's just a wonderful, wonderful person. I still remember the day she came over to my house and she says, okay, I know you got something new. What do you have new? I said, well, here's some samples. I'm checking this stuff out. Because she mentioned her husband was having trouble walking. And I think she took it before she got home. She said, forget about her husband. She started swallowing it on the way home. And that's when she said her feet, everything changed. And here she is now using Dr. Prasad's formulation the way that he suggested, and her colorectal cancer is gone. I mean, that's just mind-boggling.
Yes,
it's just mind-boggling. So what can we say?
Just take it.
That's it. Just take it.
Yeah.
Got nothing to lose, everything to gain.
So guys, we just wanted to thank you so much for attending this wonderful conference. And, just keep sharing the amazing news. And we want to close by saying, take care of yourselves. And that includes eating God's food. That includes resting, making sure that you have community, you're hanging out with good friends, and, take the core 4 at its minimum to reverse chronic conditions in your body. Thank you again so much for tuning in.
Congratulations. Well done, DawnMarie.
Thanks. Thank you.
Excellent program. Thank you so much.